We are live. We are all so direct. London to LA with Kristin Shea, who is a world-class visibility coach and mentor, helping people to step into the impact income, knowing that visibility is a non-negotiable. She steps into the timeline where clients get clarity, clients get messaging, clients get embodiment, visibility that becomes absolutely magnetic and converts. Working with Kristin has been nothing short of life-changing. Her talents and gifts are mind-blowing, one person did say. We are absolutely honored to have the genius, the messaging queen, the visibility embodiment, Kristin Shea. Welcome to the building, sister. Speak to me.
Wow, what an introduction. I'm going to play that on repeat every morning to wake up to.
This is it, my sister. This
I
is
love
it. You know, put that as your alarm in the morning, wake you up. Yes.
I like that. That's amazing. Thank you so much for having me, Jay. I'm so excited to be here.
No, I love it. Tell me why. Why did you step onto this mission in terms of helping women to become visible? Why did you?
You know, I don't think I had a choice. I think this mission was within my soul. And it's actually the thing that I had struggled with most in my life was this fear of being seen in every possible way. So before I did this, I was a publicist, which meant I made a lot of other people visible while I stayed hidden in the background, right? And that felt really safe. But I also saw that I could make a lot of people visible and not seen. And people could pay tens of thousands of dollars to be visible, yet it wouldn't result in anything. So we could get them in Forbes. We could get them on the Good Morning America shows. We could do all of those things, but it didn't matter. It didn't translate because they were not wanting to be seen. So they were visible, but they weren't seen. They were still hiding, right? And projecting and curating. And so I saw that, and that always just kind of intrigued me. And then, you know, a rock bottom at 37 when I had to hit the reset button on my life. I left a narcissistic situation. I had to leave my career, my family, my friends, like pretty much everything behind. And I had no backup plan, no financial safety net. And I just prayed to God and I was asking for help. And the answer I got was share your channeled messages on TikTok. Two of my biggest fears, being seen and my spiritual gifts. Like it was crazy.
Just do my research on you and looking like you magic. You have an aura about you. And
thank you.
You know, I think if you've been anointed with the gift, we have to lean in and give the gift. And I know for me, serving women in the United States is what I've been doing for the past 5 years because, you know, it just aligns. I'm guessing same with you. You mostly help women. Is that correct?
I help men and women, actually. So anyone who's really ready to step into their purpose. It's funny you asked that because I originally wanted to focus on women. But as I was moving through the process, my guides were really shifting me into opening the frequency to just anybody who's ready to step into purpose and really embrace and embody that journey.
Okay, so is it 50-50 in terms of men and women? Is it 50-50 or I'm guessing there's more women, correct? I'm guessing
more women, yeah, but I think more and more men are actually stepping into their purpose now. Like I think there's, you know, we're in a really important time right now astrologically. And with human design, that's actually really shifting the planet. And so the divine feminine frequency is returning to the planet, but it's doing so through both men and women. So I think we're in a really cool shift right now.
Correct. Yeah, I'm a big believer in, you know, women need to step into masculine, men need to step into the feminine because I guess both energies in their pure form are not bad. You know, sometimes I hear people say, oh, that's a masculine, but, you know, toxic masculinity is, awful. But, you know, masculinity in itself is a beautiful thing. Femininity in itself, beautiful.
Of course.
You know? And things like this.
Totally. Yeah, for sure. I agree.
I liken sales to energy transference. So if you're able to transfer certainty over to somebody in the sales process, that's what I find sales synonymous with. How about yourself? What does sales mean to you?
You know, for me, sales is an invitation into your next timeline. I think that whether I'm being sold or I'm selling someone else, whatever it is, to me, it is always an invitation into the next timeline, and you're just navigating how fast you're getting to that timeline, right? Like if you hire the person who has the expertise that is doing the thing you want to do, you collapse that timeline. If you want to go it alone, you can still get there. It's just probably going to take a longer period of time with a lot more bumps in the road and maybe some struggles and things of that nature. But I think of it as like an invitation that is just in front of us. And I think for me, we've had such a toxic relationship in our world with sales, right? Where people are like, it's that high pressure. Are you going to do this? Are you going to, like, what does this mean to you? And there's a way about it. And for me, I'm never gonna sell. I'm gonna present you my work. I'm gonna talk about what I do, and then it's up to you whether or not you cross that line. I'm not gonna convince you or walk you across the line to get there. I think that is an outdated approach. People are in their sovereignty. They need to be able to make those decisions.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love what you
Yeah.
say, Kristen. I also liken sales to identity. You're keeping people accountable to the identity, to the vision that they say that they want. And I
Yeah.
think it's being completely aligned with, do we know we can deliver a result? Because if we know we can deliver a result, then yeah, hey, look, is this what you want? Is this what you want to do for humanity, etc.? And holding them accountable, which I think is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I've been reading Think and Grow Rich recently,
Mm.
really meditating on the chapters on persistence. I think that's
Yeah.
what's missing a little bit in this generation of Amazon same day delivery, of Claude,
Mm.
ChatGPT. It's taken away that persistence
Yeah.
bone that we more used to have. So that's what I read to my son as well, like take him through Think and Grow Rich. He's 6 years old. How about yourself? What have you been reading on, meditating on recently that you could really share something today?
Yeah. One of my favorite books that I return back to again and again is The Gene Keys, which is a book on contemplation. And
Mm,
so it just starts to present information in a different way, and you're meant to contemplate it. So it's not really telling you anything; it's presenting so that you go into that contemplation. And one of the things that I've been sitting with a lot lately is this realignment of purpose, and whether it's in the corporate world, the coaching industry, wherever it is, realigning ourselves to our divine blueprint. I think a lot of people are somewhat in their purpose, but they're like kind of there and not fully aligned to it. And our soul came here to express something in the exact way it's meant to. The soul already knows what to do, right? So that's what I've been sitting a lot with, is like that realignment that needs to happen and how to communicate that to the world and invite people into that process.
thank you for sharing.
Yeah, of course.
Taught for 10 years in high schools in Japan and London. What I
Mm,
see in you, someone who's able to make things incredibly simple.
yeah. It's one of my gifts. Thank you. I
Yeah. Where did you get that
appreciate
gift?
that. I don't know if you're familiar or have dove into your astrology, but Chiron is called the wounded healer. And so it is the wound you are here to heal in this lifetime. And it is also your greatest gift. And so my Chiron is the wound of being misunderstood. And
Hmm.
so, because of being misunderstood for most of my life, I have really figured out how to take information and make it make sense so that I would be understood. Yeah.
I sense you've done a lot of healing work.
Yes. Yeah. I've been on a deep healing, deep personal development journey for a really long time, most of my life, really. But for sure, since my late 20s, I really clicked into it.
Only healed coaches can heal coaches, right? Maybe in that
Totally.
regard.
Yeah. You can only take people as far as you yourself have gone.
Mm.
Yeah.
What's helped you on your healing journey?
What's helped me? Self-forgiveness and self-compassion, I think, were the biggest things that I needed to learn.
Hmm.
To like let go and release shame, to let go and just forgive myself for the past, forgive myself for what's been. And that allowed me to forgive others. And I think that opened things. I think you can, do all the journal prompts, you can do all the healing, you can go down all these different modalities. But I think until you can forgive yourself and others, you're never truly on the healing journey. You're just circling it. Yeah.
I always get a sense of equanimous energy. And that's what I sense in you, the energy that events happen, not negative, not positive. It's the importance I place on them. So the lows, don't let the lows drag you too low. Let's get back to base.
Yeah.
Get a win. Don't let that inflate the ego.
Right.
But keeping that level of equanimous energy, which I think is powerful.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really important to be able to not let anything externally pull you in any direction. Because no matter what, as long as you do that, there's always a snapback, right? And that snapback is
100%.
never comfortable.
100%. La mente. Have you heard that Italian phrase before?
No, I was just about to ask that. I have not heard
Yeah.
that.
La
What does that mean?
mente is a play on words. The
Mm.
mind lies. What does that
Yeah.
mean to you, that phrase? Like, what does that mean
Yeah.
to you in terms of, your work?
Yeah. I think that, I call it in my work the matrix identity, which is you're literally in mind control. And the mind is either your greatest ally or your biggest bully, and you get to actually decide what that is, but you have to take control of the mind. And for me, that is what I teach, is shedding the matrix identity and returning to your soul identity,
Wow.
because the soul doesn't play games on you. The mind will
Beautiful.
play games. You'll fight with yourself in there.
Very, very profound.
Yeah.
Say
Yeah.
that again. Say that again, Kristin. Say that again.
Yeah.
That's very profound.
Your
Say it again,
mind,
please.
your mind will play games with you. It's a boxing match in there, and your soul will never play games with you. And that is how you know where you're operating from. But you have to shed your matrix identity. You have to shed the mind control to become who you truly are and do the thing that you're meant to do in this world.
So profound.
Thank you.
And when we lean into that soul identity, soul purpose, then it's not so much what we can get, but it's what we can give.
Yes.
And all of the money and material, like all the things, as just a reciprocal energy coming back to us from the value of what we serve, which I think is powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. It totally changes the game. You're no longer operating from scarcity and separation. You're operating in what you have to give, what you came here to share with the world. We all came here with something to share. Yeah.
I do something called the Ikigai. Have you heard of that? The Ikigai?
It's the Japanese way of life, right? But I don't know all the steps. There's like 8 steps or something, right?
Yeah. Would you like to do it quickly now? Just
Yeah.
random one?
That sounds so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Let's roll into it. I think this is quite a powerful one. So,
Okay.
in one word, what do you love? So, I love teaching in the work sense. How about you? One word.
Talking.
Okay, cool. In one word, what are you good at? I'm good at helping women to enroll 5-figure clients, selling.
That's more than one word.
I was just testing whether you were awake, Krista. I know it's a bit early. You're 8 hours behind me, so I was just checking you are awake, and indeed you are awake. You are sharp. Yeah. So selling. How about you? What are you good at?
One word of what I'm good at: transformation.
Transformation. Good. Talking transformation. Okay, I assume that you're gonna be paid for. So I assume it's coaching, consulting, retreats, all of the things.
Yeah.
So here's the final part of alignment. I allow you to have 4 words for this category here. What does the world need? In my view, it's women loving sales. How about yourself?
More soul-led businesses.
Ooh, great theme there.
Yeah.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, Kristin. In this age of Claude and ChatGPT, people are not soul-led, it's chat-led, it's Claude-led, it's Gemini-led. And so we need
the soul.
We need leaders like you for us to move away from that matrix.
Yeah.
And really tap into. Because a couple of months ago, maybe about a year ago, I thought, hey, let me try and sell AI agents. Like, hey, everyone's doing that, right?
Yeah.
Then for 3 months, like, I was in turmoil. And then I came back home to teaching, serving, connecting. And, I love my job. I love what I do.
Well, I think sales is really important. Most people shy away from it. They don't know how to do it. It brings up, I think, so many of the unconscious wounds. And so I think that's also really important for anybody who's going to be stepping into their purpose. You have to be able to sell it. And you have to be able to, selling requires you to stand 10 toes down on the thing that you do and really claim it and believe in it and trust in it and love it so much that you know that you owe this thing that you brought into the world a chance to see the life, which is through sales. So I think that's so important.
Are you a high school teacher as well? Just like the way in which have you been trained in terms of the teaching? You're a
No,
natural teacher. You're a natural.
I am. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Mm.
actually all over my astrology and my human design is that teaching is like my archetype.
Amazing. How would you like to be remembered when it's all said and done?
That's a great question. How would I like to be remembered? I think from the external, I want people to remember the impact I had in the business world because I believe humanity is shifting and business leads that shift as much as humanity does. And from an internal perspective, when I look back on my life, I want to be remembered for leaving it all on the field, for putting it all out there, not hiding a thing, doing it all. Yeah.
Let them know who you're looking to connect with and how they can contact you, Kristin.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. So I am looking to connect with any mission-led souls who are ready to step into their purpose, whether you know what that is, or you're still on the search of it, but you are wanting to create a brand and a business around the soul gifts that you're here to share with the world. And you can find me at the Kristin Shea on any of the platforms, as well as my website.
What an episode. Definitely top 3 there. What a gift you are. What a soul.
Thank you.
Amazing. She leads, she sells. It's Kristin Shea in the building, taking us away from the matrix, straight to the soul. London to LA with love, and we are out.